I hate cars. Like, actually hate them. Not a moderate dislike, hate. And this is coming from someone who has a car and drives every day, and actually drives for a living. So in this video, I'll tell you why. I'll start with the more trivial matters first, and then work up to the more serious concerns. The first problem I have is the noise. There's nothing more annoying to my ears than a loud car. We have mufflers for a reason. Why would I want to be jolted out of my sleep at 2 a.m. just because someone wanted their car to sound cool? And another thing that really pisses me off are car horns. I fucking hate these things. I get irrationally angry whenever someone honks at me. They're annoying as fuck and they're too loud, especially for anyone outside of a car. Another reason why I dislike cars is because they are one of the most expensive burdens you can possibly own. Initial price, gas, and routine maintenance is bad enough. But what if something major breaks that costs $1,000+ to fix? Having you rent a car or having to use an Uber because, newsflash, we need cars in North America. But I'll get to that later. And just forget about public transport, because most of North America either doesn't have it at all, or the quality and infrastructure is severely lacking, with few exceptions. Then there's insurance. This is one of the industries where you can legally discriminate based on age, gender, and other categories that will otherwise be protected. If you're under 25, you pay more for car insurance. If you're a male, you pay more for car insurance. If you live in a dense urban area, you pay more for car insurance, etc. And it's worse because this shit is required by law. You're forced to pay hundreds or thousands of dollars a year just to drive. I also think it's wrong for the government to require citizens to purchase something from a private company. I just think that's wrong. And since we're required to have it by law, the insurance companies can charge whatever the fuck they want. This is so backwards. Americans and North Americans are burdened with paying thousands of dollars a year just to go to work and to feed themselves. This is unforgivable to me. Then there's breakdowns. There's nothing worse than having constant car breakdowns in a car dependent area. I remember having constant breakdowns with my old car. And that was really stressful. Not just because my job relied on it, but my very autonomy was jeopardized. And this is the biggest sin of cars in my opinion. The fact that most of North America and other parts of the world like Australia are very car dependent. You need a car to do almost everything here. Living in these parts of the world is very hard without a car. There are too many cars everywhere, little to no bike infrastructure, and little to no public transportation. And good luck trying to walk or cycle, because in most parts of the country, this simply isn't possible due to lack of infrastructure, places being too far away, and being too dangerous. It's scarily common to see roads without sidewalks here. And this is another big sin of cars. Car dependency is also very bad for the independence of children. How are children supposed to develop their independence if they can't travel anywhere on their own? No wonder why kids aren't getting enough exercise. Why would they want to go outside when there's nothing but high-speed cars, big ugly roads, and asphalt? Which leads to another big thing that I don't think people pay enough attention to. The way that car infrastructure makes the city so fucking ugly. You barely see any people walking or cycling. Most of what you see are cars, roads, and giant parking lots with generic, ugly big box stores. How depressing is this? Compare this to many European cities. I know they're not perfect, but many of those cities are made for people, not cars. And they're way more beautiful. Being in a walkable area is way more pleasant than being in a car dependent one, obviously. For people in cars and outside of cars. And there are some types of cars that I hate more than others. I hate big cars. Now, if it's a pickup truck that someone is actually using, I don't mind that much. But there's too many instances where there's no one in these trucks and SUVs except one person and maybe their kids. I don't know why a family of four thinks they need a Chevy Tahoe, a Ford Expedition, or a Ford F-150. These bigger vehicles are obviously more dangerous to anyone outside of them. There's no real reason to get an SUV except to try to look cool in my opinion. You get better mileage in a sedan, you get more space in a wagon, and you can haul more stuff in a pickup truck. And I really hate fucking semi-trucks. They're too big, they're too loud, and they take up too much space. I think these things are one of the main reasons for road rage, at least for me. And I hate that big vehicles restrict me from seeing ahead of me. Big vehicles are annoying. So yeah, car dependency causes a lot of harm to cities and to people. It's expensive, it's noisy, it's ugly, and dangerous, especially for anyone outside of a car, and impedes the freedom and independence of children and people who don't drive. I just remember not having a car and remembering how restrictive and difficult that was. There are more problems that cars and car dependency causes, but this isn't an urban planning channel. If you want to learn more, I suggest checking out Not Just Bikes. It makes great urban planning content. Anyways, that's why I hate cars. Different kind of video, but I wanted to talk about this. You can expect more videos like this in the future, but I'll still be making reviews on movies and games and shit like that. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. Patreon in the description if you want to support, and bye.